what would your friends say about you?
They'd probably really want me to stop talking about everything I'm reading and writing so much.
Do they ever want to know if they're in the book?
They're in every book.
Oh, they're in the book?
They're in every book.
Cool. Hello and welcome to Carmen Miller Group's Talk of the Town, Carolinas. I'm your host, Patty Mercer. Hey, when it comes to doing amazing things, some people dream about it and some people do it. We're going to meet an amazing author. And guess what? She's only 17 years old. So if you love trilogies and you love reading, make sure you stay tuned. And you know what? If you're thinking about buying or selling your home, make it easy. Just call Carmen Miller. Or you can visit CarolinaHomeSearch.com. While you're there, you can see past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. You ready? Let's start reading. Hope's Warrior. Helena Cirian, you are a published author. Congratulations.
I still can't believe it.
Tell me about you. Where do you live? How old are you? I mean, this is incredible right here.
I am still firmly a teenager. I just turned 17 this August.
Firmly a teenager and proud of it, which is a lot about what is written in your book.
Yes.
Okay.
I am a senior at Fort Mill High School, living in TK.
Tell me about the name of your book.
My book is called Hope's Warrior.
Hope's Warrior. And it's 384 pages. That is so impressive. So when did you start on this book?
I started writing this in 7th grade when I was a little more juvenile than I am now.
You're still so young. I mean, some people they take their lifetime to dream about writing a book and they never really get around to it. You've managed to do it with school and like all the pressures of the teenage years.
It's been a lot of emotional ups and downs, I can tell you that.
I'm so curious about the name Hope's Warrior.
Yeah, there's definitely connotations behind that. She is the estranged daughter of a military man who wants to break away from the traditional life of like how a woman is expected to be in her village.
Oh.
Hope City.
Oh, so
she is Hope's warrior.
Gotcha. She is Hope's warrior, but she's kind of like breaking through the stereotype.
Norms.
Gender. Oh, nice. Very relevant. And then she, I guess, has a friend along the way.
Yes, her best friend is named Fairn. He comes from like almost an imposing side of the city, but he learns to put his prejudices aside and trust Aylin for who she is.
Wow. And then together they kind of overcome evil.
Yes, I have a big evil presence in this book through the form of an opposing kingdom, Thayshrix.
Who did you have in mind as the reader?
Well, I try to write for like my age demographic because I know what I want to read, and so I try. When I was in 7th to 9th grade when I was writing this, so I'd say upper middle school, early high school.
And it's published, which is so cool. I mean, people can get this on Amazon.
Yes.
And you also have a very impressive star rating on Amazon. Like 4.5. Like that's almost perfect.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good, exactly. So have you thought about what your next step is? I mean, have you started your next novel?
Oh, of course. I'm always working on something.
Are you staying within that same, what did you call it? Fantasy?
It's sort of like young adult fantasy.
Yeah.
I definitely like the genre. It's gotten a little mixed up in the past few years, but I think there's definitely some good gems if you look.
Yeah.
But yes, my next book is firmly within the realms of magic, fantasy.
Ooh. What do you hope readers take away from this story?
Well, it's a story, it's very relevant to knowing who you are and being able to triumph against all odds. Mm-hmm. So I'd say a lot of what I'd like people to take away from this book is that you are who you are and it's okay to be that.
I love that. Yeah, be proud of who you are.
Exactly.
If you want something bad enough, you can do it. But your main character has to sacrifice a lot to achieve her ultimate dream. But then, does it have a happy ever after? It's fantasy.
It can be whatever it wants. It's sort of a bittersweet ending, I'd say.
Okay. Real.
Yes.
Like life.
Nothing is perfect, so
fantastic.
How should the end of a book be?
Yeah. Well, I love it. Is there anything that you would like to share with me about your book? I mean, where people can find it in addition to Amazon Kindle?
Yes, it is available on Kindle. I would love to talk about my inspiration for writing this.
Please tell me.
One of my favorite parts about writing.
Okay.
I actually decided to start writing based off of my favorite author, Christopher Paolini.
Okay.
When I was reading his first book, it's huge. It's like maybe 3 times of my book.
Wow.
And do you know what age he published at?
No.
19.
19.
I was
Like, I
blown
can
away
do that.
because I read this incredible. It was beautifully written, complex. The plot was amazing, and I was just like, "There's no way a 19-year-old wrote this. I have to find out how he did it."
Yeah.
And that made me want to start writing. If
That's
if someone could
fantastic.
write that kind of thing, I would love to do that.
You know, what you just said too is so inspirational. Sometimes it just takes one person that opens up,
Changed
I
my
can
life.
do that too. And it's changed your life. Are you going to continue in your education to write, or what will be your major?
I plan on studying English in college, going to a liberal arts college.
Fantastic. Well, again, if you fall in love with reading, first of all, you're never bored.
Exactly.
And it's such an education within itself. What would you tell to someone that doesn't like to read?
Why? There's so much to love about reading. There's so many genres and kinds of books.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone. You just haven't found the right book yet.
I love that. Well, that's it for this edition of Carmen Miller Group's Talk of the Town, Carolinas. If you're thinking about buying or selling your home, keep it simple. Just call Carmen Miller. Or you can visit CarolinaHomeSearch.com. While you're there, you can check out past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. And when it comes to reading a great book, Helena Cirian, 17 years old. She's got a great idea. Hope's Warrior. Check it out. Until next time, I'm Patty Mercer. Bye-bye.